Hello and welcome to Morris Park. I'm Clyde Morris. And tonight, Halloween, October 31st, I'm going to do a little monster-themed video that has something to do with one of the plants in here. Now, can you think of one of the plants in here that might be related to a monster story? Let me see. Look around here. See some of my plants are dropping their leaves, prepping for winter. There we go. This is one of my medusas. This is Euphorbia gorgonis. And the reason they call this medusa is the snake-like branches growing out from this head. And tonight's story is basically the story of Medusa. Now, Medusa was a priestess in the Temple of Athena. The god Poseidon, the god of the sea, took a liking to Medusa, was attracted to her, and decided to take her. Now, of course, Medusa, being a priestess in the Temple of Athena, could not have contact with men, but the god took her anyway. Now, in kind of a twisted backwards deal, and of course the gods stick up for each other, Athena became enraged, and not at Poseidon. She took it out on Medusa, turning her into a scale-skinned creature with snakes for hair, taking away her beauty. And Medusa, before she had been changed, was a beautiful woman. Now a monster. And banished her to an island, a deserted island, where no man could go. For if any man looked upon Medusa and looked her in the face, they would certainly turn to stone. Now, in doing this, any man that tried to go to the island to challenge Medusa was basically killed. But meantime, the Greek king, Polydectes, had raised up a boy by the name of Perseus, who was the son of Danae, a beautiful woman known as Danae. Perseus and his mother were very close. And even though he had raised the child and been good to the two of them, he knew he could not get close to Danae with Perseus being there. So he sent Perseus on an impossible mission to retrieve the head of Medusa. Hence Medusa head. Now, with the help of the gods, Perseus was given weapons. And one of the weapons being a shield given to him by Athena herself and polished to a mirror finish so that he could view Medusa's reflection without being turned to stone. So, he went on his quest and was able to kill Medusa by using the shield to see her reflection and wielding a sword to cut her head off without looking at her directly. Upon returning, he found that the king had bad intentions and was holding his mother basically against her will. And Perseus was going to save her. Taking the head of Medusa, he used it as a weapon and turned all his opposers to stone retrieving his mother. And that basically, without going into a very lengthy story, is the story of Medusa. The story of a woman who possessed venomous snakes for hair. And if you think about it, these are kind of, well, poisonous, being that there are euphorbias. Anyhow, I hope you enjoyed this little story tonight. I just want to put this out there because of the story of the Medusa and the naming of this plant. And I thought it'd be interesting to tell many of you where the name actually came from. A little monster story, if you will. Speaking of monsters, you can see the rat damage on my fig tree here. All the bark was munched off of it. And this is my poinsettia for this year. As you see, the rat took care of that too. You might get one or two little sprigs there. I think that's about all I'm going to get this year. Not much. But you'll be happy to know I have taken care of the rat. The rat is now gone and not destroying anything in my greenhouse anymore. And it was huge. It was like the size of a squirrel. It was really a big rat. But anyhow, that's been taken care of. Chewed most of the top off my ant plant too. Thought it was delicious, I guess. But no more monster in the greenhouse. I have taken care of that. And we're good to go for the winter. I won't have to worry about it in here chewing away at everything. Anyhow, this is Clyde Morris from Morris Park. Hope you enjoyed the little Gorgon story there. As a matter of fact, there was one set of plants I forgot to show you because they're not in the greenhouse, and that is the babies of Medusa. I do have some hybrid babies that came from this one and my Gorgonus. The first cross to the Gorgonus worked really well, and I got like 5 little seedlings of different phenotypes. It's really interesting. I'll have to show you when I do an update. And actually, I found growing in with this one, I had really hoped on this one. I really tried to get seed to go from this one, and it never did. The seeds I planted never did sprout, but then I found 2 sprouts that had come up around the base of the plant of this one. So I transplanted them out. One made it and one did not, and one is doing really well. But when I do a little update, I'll show you that, and you can see my little baby Medusas. This is Clyde Morris from Morris Park. Take care, and happy Halloween.